So you're able to see the screen, right? Hello?
Yeah, we are able to see the screen.
Okay. Yeah. So we will continue with the BigQuery topics, and this is something different where we see few differences from the legacy SQL and standard SQL. In BigQuery, there are actually two dialects. So the earlier version is legacy SQL. One second. Yeah. So the BigQuery is having two dialects. Uh, at starting, when they have launched earlier the SQL language, they have mentioned it as a BigQuery SQL, and then they have renamed it as a legacy SQL. Later, with few modifications, they have relaunched BigQuery 2 version 2, and that is considered as a standard SQL. So usually they'll prefer standard SQL dialect, but it's not required. People are migrating all the things to standard SQL too, but it's not essential. Still, we can handle with the legacy SQL commands as well. So there's a difference between legacy SQL and standard SQL in few ways, like in the commands and all. And also there is a feature here which is unique, like we can still use the standard SQL when all the queries are in legacy SQL as well. Yeah, so we also will have choice whether to use the legacy SQL or the standard SQL. So these are the advantages over the legacy SQL. So the composability with clauses and SQL functions. These are easier than the legacy SQL in standard SQL. So the subqueries in select list and where clause, the correlated subqueries, array and struct data types, inserts, updates and deletes. So these are all having small differences in the legacy SQL and standard SQL only in the code, like backticks or some very few differences. And also, as Neeta was telling, the nested queries. So there is a difference in handling the nested queries as well for standard SQL and the legacy SQL. So the standard SQL have these advantages. It will automatically predict the push down joins through joins. So the complex join predicates include arbitrary expressions. So in the whole, this is the thing we need to understand on legacy SQL and the standard SQL. So this is the way we will give the name in the query, right? So we have to, yeah, we should focus on the how to give the name in legacy and the standard SQL. So this is another important point to remember. The legacy SQL is used for the classic UI and standard SQL is for the beta UI. So the type differences between those two. See, the most of them are similar. So the record, struct, timestamp. This will be having some differences while handling, and the support is limited in few instances. So the differences in the syntax. In the standard SQL, here we are using the backticks, right? So for the legacy SQL, we need to use the square brackets. So to escape the reserved keywords like spaces and hyphens, when we use that, it will be thinking as they are keywords, right? So to escape that, we have to use square brackets in the legacy SQL, but in the standard SQL, we have to use the backticks. So the legacy SQL allows reserved keywords in some places that standard SQL does not allow. And there's a difference in handling the timestamp queries as well. So I tried to execute that, but yeah, it throws some error, so I was not able to share it. So one of the difference is like in the standard SQL here, uh, they both actually when see this is different query and this is also different query. When we run the above query, we will get an error, but in usual that's not the case. But here we will get an error because backticks we have to mention the rows as a specifically with the backticks because it will be considering as a it as a keyword. So the project qualified table names. So while we saw the key points, we were discussing about the names, key names, how to specify it, right? So in Legacy SQL, while we are specifying the names, there will be this colon as a separator. Here we will be having dot in standard SQL. So this is the major difference. So the table decorators, standard SQL, it doesn't support the table decorators, but we can achieve it. There is a turnaround method. By using this function, we can get it done. And also there's no equivalent to range decorators in the standard SQL. We can achieve this one by using different semantics. Like we have to partition the table before and then we can use it. So in the wildcard functions also there are few differences. The standard SQL it will not support this these functions, but we can still achieve by using similar kind of semantics, like applying a filter to the pseudo column and all. Comma operator with the tables. In Legacy SQL, the comma operator has a non-standard meaning for the union all. So for union all, sometimes it will be taking as a um, what is it like a keyword or yeah, sometimes it will be considering it as a different way. So here it will be in standard SQL it will be taking as a union all keyword exactly. So this is another difference where we can see here we are using join in the standard SQL. This is also standard SQL, but these both will be giving similar result. But in the Legacy SQL, we don't need to use it. So the logical views. So these are equivalent codes in Legacy SQL and the standard SQL. So while handling the views also, there are different queries functioning in different way. So we have to create a view separately in to handle the standard SQL queries. So these are the differences. They look same, but we have to create ahead like V2 and W2. These are the function comparisons. There's a in the functions also there are few differences like these are the examples. Integer x it is handled as safe cast in standard SQL. So if we have already written a few queries in the Legacy SQL, then we can do safe cast functions and then we can query in standard SQL moving forward as well. So these are few examples how the functions are different in Legacy SQL and the standard SQL. There are actually a lot of differences. So the count distinct, this is also handled differently in the LexiSQL and the standard SQL. So in the standard SQL, we use approx count distinct and count distinct X in the Lexi. So these are actually few differences. There are few more differences like nested and partitioned tables handling, and I don't think we all need them, but it's good idea to have the knowledge of them, I think. But there are too many things to be known, and I tried to execute few of them, but I couldn't. So I have one question on this. Which of the following statements about LexiSQL and Standard SQL is not true? The Standard SQL is the preferred query language for BigQuery. If you write a query in LexiSQL, it might generate an error if you try to run it with the Standard SQL. One difference between the two query languages is how you specify fully qualified table names. You need to set a query language for each dataset, and the default is Standard SQL. So what do you think, which one is not true? So we already saw that Standard SQL is the preferred query language for BigQuery. So that's not the correct answer. If we write a query in the LexiSQL, it might generate an error if you try to run it with the Standard SQL. No, that's not correct, because it will do that. So one difference between the two query languages is how you specify fully qualified table names. We already saw that, right? In the table names, we will be giving the colon in the LexiSQL and dot in the standard SQL. So that's not the correct answer. So the option D is the correct answer. You need to set a query language for each dataset, and the default is standard SQL. No, we don't need to set a query language. So option D is the correct answer. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Any questions?